Alright, so good morning, everybody. It is currently 12:14. Good afternoon. It is currently 12:14 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Today is actually the 13th birthday of my nephew, QQ Jr., Quentin Jr. So happy birthday, QQ. In honor of your birthday, I guess it just so happens the project I'm working on your birthday was we're gonna go switch over to audiobook and a film script. For anybody who does not know, I officially made a contact for a Netflix distribution deal who agreed to sign me. He said, I see something in you. I have a good feeling about you. He's like, you got it tatted on your arm. It's tatted on your fucking skin. You know what I'm saying? My tattoo. So he has a good feeling about me. And he was like, you make a movie of professional quality, like you find a way to make a professional film, we'll put it on Netflix, basically. Like his company doesn't have a deal with Netflix yet, but they have a deal with all the other people. So in general, it's called an online streaming distribution deal. So I made a contact who is gonna agree to let me, give me a shot. So and this happened last June, and then like right after that happened, that's when like my friend took my hard drive with all of my stuff on it and or whatever. It was just like fucking dickhead. So I still haven't talked to him. I just texted the nigga today because he tried to call me last few weeks a few times, and I was just letting him know like I'm not in the mood to talk to anybody that triggers me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you had your fucking fun. I hope it was fun, nigga. That was the last time you ever like be in contact with me, nigga. Like you got shit fucked up. You think I'm gonna let that shit slide? Hell nah, nigga. Hell nah, nigga. You intentionally sabotage me. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what? Nigga, you would never get me on the phone again, nigga. What? After that shit? Yeah, all right, nigga, try it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to like start from scratch and figure something out and try to figure this shit out, bro. But like, I got the deal for Netflix, and I just have to come up with the story. So um, I'm going to do stand up comedy. Like I'm gonna do like a stand up comedy special kind of thing to try to get the money flowing in. Focus on a few comedy routines, make some movies out of that, stand up movies, and then put it out and see, if people watch it. And then if they watch it, I get paid for that. And then they watch it, I get paid. I can throw that money into the budgets of my real film. So that's my economical plan right there. We're gonna start off with comedy specials. But all the while I'm working on that, getting that together to actually get the cameras and the outfits to go do that and get that out the way, um, and the editing software and everything. I want to start writing and recording scripts for what I would like to shoot, and I want to publish them as like novels too, just in case it's not in the cards for me to actually, um, you know, get that far. Just in case that shit's not meant for you to get that far and they just wanted you to know that you were about to touch that point and that was good enough for the universe for you to know that it was about to start working out for you. At the end, at least you can die at peace knowing I was inches away from where I was always going. I just collapsed from like a heart attack type shit as far as like the universal lifeline got cut right before the finish line, but I knew I was right there and then pass out, wake up in purgatory or whatever. Like, are you kidding me? You take me then? I was like, oh man, I was this close. And they're like, yeah, you were this close. So I'm this close, man. I'm this close. And then not only did I get that deal came 2 months after I got signed as an actor for John Casablanca. So again, the financial issue, just have to get the money to pay for those courses and to see if they actually send me on auditions. So within a 2 month time span, the universe gave me a deal as an actor to get a talent agent and a director, my dream job and like my dream business kind of thing. As a worker, you're an actor. As a worker, as an actor, you're a worker. As a director, you're the boss. So I get two different deals. Yo, we're gonna put you on. You're gonna get on Netflix twice, nigga. You're gonna have your own movies on Netflix, your own comedy specials on Netflix, and you fuck around being a Hollywood movie and it end up on Netflix. And it's like you're gonna be on Netflix twice. So niggas, and no one's like that. It's like you don't see actors with their own fucking Netflix distribution deal, their own shit. You know, they might be a comedian, and that's why I'm doing the whole comedian stand-up comedy thing, but that shit's very rare. I study this shit a lot. It's very rare for it to happen like that. It's extremely rare. It's just extremely rare. I'm watching the charts, waiting for a move on the daily signal, a daily chart. It's silver. Now, so I just want to finally get into that mode, and what I'm thinking is like I'm just going to audio record me making up the script in my head, freestyling the script inside of film format, and then I can just go back and type it all up, and then even like when I'm like on the set and like in that time frame of getting ready to actually make the movie, I can sit down, listen to it, write it all down, transcribe it, and then also just kind of use that as source material for the actual project. You just sit down simply in a few hours, listen to everything I made, write it all down, type it up or whatever, and just go with that. So you're listening to like the Scream soundtrack, 1996. So I got two of them queued up. This one is Sydney's Lament, right? And then the next one I'm gonna play later is gonna be Cool Five High by Moby. That's like my favorite one. The ending song or whatnot. So basically we're gonna get into that. I just wanted to do like a little introduction, I guess. Just talking to let you know what I'm about to do. At this moment I'm not about to do any like the singing and shit. That was just me getting out my emotion literally. Like it was just like you just pay attention to the emotion, to the pain or whatever. You know, I try my best to hit the notes or whatever, but I'm freestyling all that. None of that was written. Nothing that you heard was written. I'll write something and then record it and tell you it was written already, and then so you know like that. But none of that stuff was written. It just came, out. And I want to take that same approach with the film script. I can freestyle the whole film script in proper film format. So I might Google like list of angles so I can make like a shooting script too. Okay, for this scene, it's this angle, like really like show you like yeah, nigga, this angle or whatever. But all right, the script is gonna be called Wrist Bathed in Red, and it's a horror film. I want to do horror film because like I'm going through like my mental issues, and it's just like real dark in my mind now. So I want to like use that darkness. Like fuck it, if you're just gonna be in there, sitting in there trying to destroy me, I'm gonna use that and create something from that darkness. And I wanted to have a purpose, not just like senseless bloodbath of just like killing people. Like, cause I'm not a killer, right? So it's like it has to have a real reason for me to like write some shit about like knives plunging in skin. Like, it has to, have a real reason and shit. So it's called Wrist Bathed in Red. It's called Wrist Bathed in Red, and it's called Wrist Bathed in Red, and it's gonna be psychological horror. It's gonna be psychological horror. Now, in most horror movies, you got your slashers, you got your monsters, like they're fighting some kind of boogeyman, right? So in my films, my horror films, the boogeyman is going to be inside of your head, and that's what makes it a psychological horror. So I'm going to externalize the boogeyman inside your head as a slasher. So it's like a psychological horror slasher because on face value, it's a slasher. I see this nigga in a mask with a knife running after this nigga. That's a slasher. But it's all happening inside of his head. Because he's depressed or he like has a mental issue that he's going through. So Wrist Bathed in Red is really it's an analogy. It's like the whole film would be an analogy for suicide and depression. The film itself is meant to display and portray what it goes, how it goes in someone's head who's dealing with mental issues. Like, how does it feel to actually have, mental issues and shit? It feels like there's a boogeyman inside of your head trying to get you to kill yourself, basically. Like, that's what it feels like. So I want to put that in the film the way it's like, it's an endless murder scene because it never stops, and that's what makes it terrifying. Because like you're like, what the fuck, man? He just killed this nigga. Like, no, nigga, like he's in his head, and he's trying to create that atmosphere of terror within your head so you will hurt yourself. So it's like it's the bad guy that lives in your head and he's externalized as a slasher, chasing you around, trying to kill you. And every time he stabs you, cuts your throat, he do whatever he wants, he throw you out the window. You still never die. You just never die. So it's an unending terror scene, and that's what will make it terrible and terrible. You know, that shit's terrible, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, terrible, like that. Horrible, terrible. So that shit was filled with terror because the murder scene never ends. So the only way for the one of the only ways for that person being terrorized by something in his head, the monster in his head, the only way for him to escape that situation, excuse me, yawning. That's how I yawn. I just like suck in the air and the homo and just kind of do like that. Um, the only way to get out of that terrifying situation would be to uh, it's not the only way. It's not the only way. That's the thing. The other way, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you how to cure this shit. I don't I don't you know what I'm saying? Like the only way to you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have another way. And that's the problem. That's the problem that the person's inside. They don't know another way. They don't know another way to fight the monster in your head. How do you triumph over the monster in your head? Hi, my name is Chad, and there's a monster living in my head. It's like, oh shit, stay away from this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, like, how do you deal with that? And it's like, it doesn't mean like I'm a monster. It's just the monster in there is trying to destroy me. You know what I'm saying? He wants my head on a platter. So